Tips from the ER. CT scans. A CT scan is an emergency room's best friend. They're usually located right next to, if not inside the ER, because when we need one, we need it faster than a hungry baby needs a tip. Tips from the ER. Irrigation. If you come into the ER with an open flesh wound, the first thing we have to fuck. Tips from the ER. Choking baby. I know some of you can't stand the sound of a crying baby, but I personally love that noise. It tells me at the very least that baby is alive. If your baby is moving around and its eyes are open but it can't cough, breathe, or make any sounds, that's a sign that your baby might be choking. In which case you're gonna want to drop whatever the fuck. Tips from the ER. Saline. It has come to my attention that some of you Tips from the ER. Waiting. Some of your expectations of the ER are grossly inaccurate, so I'm gonna try to clarify some things. Being a patient in the ER sucks. Ask any ER worker and they'll tell you the only reason we'd ever check into the ER is if we're mutilated, bleeding out, or somehow wake up there. Besides that, we're gonna avoid that place because we know being a patient in the ER sucks. You're gonna be waiting a lot. Mostly because your idea of an emergency will likely not be our idea of an emergency. The ER is like the redheaded stepchild of the healthcare system. We get everything that nobody else can or wants to deal with. Homeless, drunks, the uninsured. Every time you go to your healthcare provider with a problem and they go, nah, I'm not sure, check into the ER. We get our tips from the ER. Dog bites. I know it's been a rough year for you. You've been sad and alone, and you thought getting a dog was going to solve all your lonely problems. You brought that mutt home, gave it nothing but love and trust, and how did it repay you? By chomping you so hard, you questioned why you never let a canine so close to you in the first place. You were drunk, weren't you, motherfucker? Tips from the ER. Low blood pressure. There are many reasons why your blood pressure might be running a little low. Either you just stood up too fast, you're super dehydrated, or your body's leaking somewhere. Something we can do in the ER is to inject you with a bag of saline. A low blood pressure could mean you don't have enough liquid in your pipes. You don't necessarily need more blood, you just need more volume. Or you can start feeling pretty shit. Tips from the ER. Fake seizures. Ah, yes. Usually a patient's last-ditch effort to keep themselves in the ER. Likely because we just told them we are done with their treatment and now they get to go to jail. That's when they drop to the ground and flop like a fish. Get off the floor, Richard. The officers are waiting. But some of you won't even put in that effort. You'll just go limp. That's when we take your hand, put it over your head, and drop it. If it smacks you in the face, alright, we believe you. You're unconscious. But most of the time, your hand will magically fall to the side and avoid your face. That's when we know use a knife, motherfucker. Tips from the ER. St. Patrick's Day. It's that time of year again. Get your leprechaun costumes and shamrock undies on. We're gonna go celebrate another holiday we don't fully understand by consuming copious amounts of green drinks, green food, and anything else green you can possibly get your filthy little hands on. Not plant, Charles. That's for display purposes only. Here at the ER, we'd like to pointlessly remind you tips from the ER. Seizures. Did you know a person can actually feel the moment right before they have a seizure? Oh yeah, they know it's coming, and there's nothing you, me, or anyone else can do to stop it. But what you